What's going on there, YouTube? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Universe Classics Orion figure. As you can see, I did buy this guy loose. I did not buy him mint on card. He actually goes for a pretty penny mint on card, but decided to opt for the loose figure. He does come complete. And as you can see, he's got his apparatus here. He actually does stand up pretty well with this. You wouldn't think he would with this apparatus, as I'll call it. But he does stand up pretty well in this. And it is detachable, so you can take this off. It's just clipped on. That's it. But if you are into Darkseid and the new gods, then this is a key character here, being originally Darkseid's son, and they were traded at birth with Mr. Miracle. Mr. Miracle ended up being traded by Highfather, which was Mr. Miracle was Highfather's son, and Orion was Darkseid's son. And in a pact agreement for peace between the two worlds, they decided to swap sons as a show of faith between the two sides. And Orion was raised by Highfather, and Mr. Miracle was raised by Darkseid, and didn't work out so well for Darkseid and worked out well for Highfather. So Orion is not a big fan of Darkseid, and they clash a lot, and he does know that Darkseid's his father, and he does have Darkseid's mean streak, so he's got pretty much all Darkseid's genetics, except for and including his mean streak, except for him wanting to take over planets and destroy them. But other than that, Orion himself is a pretty cool dude. He does have this flying apparatus. I'm not sure what the technical term is for it, but that was just my little backstory on it. It is removable, as I'll show you here. It just unclips. There's no pegs or anything at the bottom. It just unclips from the back of his heel, as you can see right there. Unclips there, and it clips onto his arms here, so you just pop those off, and then it clips onto his torso right there. So it's not going to go anywhere once it's on, and it pops right off, and you can have him posed without it. So yeah, so there's one piece of articulation. I don't know what's going on with my lighting today. There we go, fixed it. Yeah, he does look good. He's got a nice face sculpt. I'm glad they didn't give him an open mouth, because this guy's relatively kind of old, but Orion is usually seen with a very angry face, and I'm surprised they didn't opt for that, which I don't have a problem with it, because I usually don't like open mouth face sculpt. So I'm really happy with this face sculpt, and he's got a closed mouth. And let's get to articulation real quick. Actually, I'll get to the apparatus, because there are some moving parts on here. Part of his pistol for his left side here, it has a little peg there for it to be held in his hand, but he's got fists, so he kind of just have to set it on top of his hand. But he's got his thrusters here. They also move, so little thrusters there on the sides, those move, and this moves. I don't think anything else really moves on this. That piece doesn't move. These are very flexible, so it doesn't obstruct his movement in his legs. Although he does always sit in that kind of crouched position, which over time could probably make his legs very loose, and his T-jointed hips probably loose. But this is kind of a part of him, who he is. He does use this piece a lot. So, but Yeah, he looks great. I'll get to his articulation here. His head has like probably the best range of motion I've ever seen. Very similar to the penguin's head articulation. He can look up very well. He looks down very well. What else here? Try to get there. There we go. There's some more light in the front there. Sorry, a little off, cocked off to the side there. But he does have a great range of motion. As you can see, you can get him into that tilted head effect. It does move all around. So he's got a really great range of motion in his head. His arms go up about that far. They go down. They can do a full 360. He's got a bicep swivel, a single jointed elbow, and a wrist rotation. So he does have an ab crunch, which moves forward and back. Waist swivel, T-jointed hips going out, forward, and back. Thigh swivel, single bend at the knee, and an ankle hinge. So, I mean, I'm pretty lucky. I got this guy used, and he's in really good shape actually. So I'm very happy with how I received him, and I think he's a really great figure. If I had to give this guy a rating with his nice little apparatus here, and I would probably give him an 8.5. I think he's a really nice, solid figure. Definitely, if you're not trying to spend a lot of money on this guy and you're really interested in the New God story and you like that story and you are a fan of like Superman Darkseid, he's a part of that mythos. So, I mean, you could definitely opt to get this guy. Like I said, he's kind of pricey mint on card, but I would definitely go for him loose. I think he only goes for like, I don't know, around 10 to, I'd say at the high of 20 loose. I think mint on card he goes from like 30 to 40, maybe upwards of $50. At the very highest 50. But yeah, him being an older figure, I mean, he's gonna hold his value a little bit. But definitely recommend him. Get him. He's a key element in your New Gods collection, as I keep repeating. But yeah, definitely recommend him. He's a great figure. Let me know what you guys think. That's going to wrap it up for my DC Universe Classics Orion figure. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the flip side.